Good morning, it's Jan with Creative Passion from Idaho. Last August I did a card class and a little Accordian Mini folder class that I had a lot of people ask me if I would do a video on, and at the time I didn't have a video camera, so I decided when I got my video camera a couple months ago I'd start doing a few more videos on them. This is a card class that we did. We did 4 cards in this class, and they're actual cards. I think they're 5x7s, I think. That's kind of what they look like. Anyway, they have a ton of tags in them, and I think the reason that so many people are wanting my tags to see how I do them is because I think they're very intricate, and actually they're not. They're extremely simple to do, and I'll show you how I did this. It's very easy. This was a saying that I just cut a piece of paper out on and stamped this image on, and I've used this in quite a few places. It's on distress paper, and we just did some stitching around the outside of it, and then we distressed the edges, and then we adhered this down with some terrific tacky tape, that red tape that you get at Michael's. And then I punched a hole and did it because it was actually going to be a tag, and then this made the pocket. On this, we did, these are character construction stamps. I don't know what this little green one is, but this is just a little face of a lady, and it's got her little house wren insignia down here. It's got a little flower on her cap, and then it's got a little bread. And this is just an image that comes like this, so we just stamped it on heavy cardstock, distressed it, and cut it out. This is another little tag. It's a longer tag, and then it was a rectangular tag that I had them cut, and then we just circled off the corners on it, rounded off the corners. And this is just a couple of different stamps. Same thing. It's got a little fiber on it, and we just distressed it heavily on the sides and the bottom. This is just this tag blown up. It's the same type of tag. It's just at a wider size or bigger size. And we put a button on this, and I put some wire in the buttons, which I do quite often on my tags. This is an individual stamped image. This is an individual stamped image, and so is the corner. So this is my stacking tag. I do a lot of different images on one tag. This is just a little tiny tag we did out of brown. Just matched the color scheme on it. The color scheme for this is kind of a vintage. It's got some greens in it, some yellows, and some blacks, and a lot of browns. So we just did a real skinny little tag here, and they can write something on this or put a little message on it with I can't think this morning, sorry, with a little typewriter script on it, and it'll work out really well. This is the same thing. It's just this is cut out of a little tag. It's got a little rounded top corners on it. It's got some little fibers on it. And these are just little stamps that I had. I think I bought these for $1 a piece at Joann's a long time ago. And then you just cut them out. You stamp them and distress them and cut them out. And then we put them on a heavily distressed tag that we did some misting over and some Tim Holtz's inks on it. And that turned out really well. That was a real fun tag to do. Same thing here. Layer, layer, layer. This has got a little, whoops, it's turned around, a little butterfly brad on it. I stuck on there this morning that needs to be adhered. And then this is just polka dot paper, and I just ran a little band, like a little belly band across here of black paper with a little gold stripe in it. And then this is an image that I cut out of just a bird stamp. He comes with a lot of trees and stuff around him, and I just cut him out. And then this is the same thing. It's just another stamp with a ticket on it. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different kinds of layering on this tag, but it's really a very simple tag. This is one of the wide ones that we did. We just cut a rectangular out of small. I think this is 1 1/4 by, I think it's 6 or 4, I'm not sure. Did this. This is just a little dollar stamp that I have that I'm sure everybody else has. I stamped it, just cut the image out, and then just stamped this across it. This paper and this paper are the same, and it looks like it's come from the same paper pack, and I really don't know what that is, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't remember it. This is one of my favorite tags. I love to do postcard stamps on tags. And so this is what this is. This is an individual stamp. We ran a line down it. And then this is just a stamp that came with a calendar pack that I have. Same thing, little bird stamp here. Put a little metal leaf on it here. And then just distress the edges heavily. And I love this paper, this green stripe paper. I think this is Graphic 45 or Basic Gray. And then we did a bigger tag, a little bit different shape. Cut the corners of it off. Did a roundness on the top of it to give it some smooth ability to just look different. This is my weed stamps. I have no idea, guys. I'm so sorry where I got those. I've got a ton of them. And then these are just little tickets that we did. We stamped these individually, and we took our little serrated postal edge stamp scissors, and we cut little zigzags around them. And I like how this turned out. It's real cute. You could leave these blank, put a picture here, and leave these blank and have journaling on them, a little date, time, and do a little journaling on them. So this was a really neat shaped little tag too. That's the biggest tag. And then like I said, for this I just did the same thing. And so it gives you a great big pocket for all these little tags to go in. And I think the reason everybody thinks these are so intricate is they're all different shapes. I don't usually make the same tag twice when I do them. And I put them on a project. And just make some fun little shapes. Just do them so they're different. Just cut out your stamps, put something on the back of them, and they work out really well. They're real fun, and honestly, guys, these are so simple to do. So this kind of inspired me to do a accordion mini that I did quite a while ago as well. I did this back in August. Let's see if I can get this in frame. And I did the same thing with this. It's just a little accordion mini. I don't know where this is from. I didn't cover the back and the spine of it yet, so maybe somebody would recognize it. I don't know if they were Bo Bunny. I don't know if they were Maya Road. I got these for dirt cheap a long time ago, and I've got several of them. This is the same thing. It's the same stamp that was stamped on the image of this card. It's just on different paper. I backed it with black mat, and then just did some little dots around it. Didn't distress it too much. And this is a character creation stamp. It's a little birdhouse, and it's on that same striped paper, sorry about my arm, as this is. But it looks so different because we have turned the paper and then stamped a more intricate stamp on it. So it's the same paper, guys, just gives you a totally different look. This was a punch out actually from a paper pack. I don't remember which one I used last night. I did this way late last night. And then just did some distressing. This was already on it. So it just gives you a little bit different corner here, and then I just put some ribbon on it. Same thing here, paper punch out. Have no idea where it came from. Love the saying on this. Just real round. You could punch this, put a fiber into it, do whatever you want to do to it, back it, make it. None of these are backed. I did them real late last night just to get the video done. And same thing here. These are just the same tag as the big tag was in the little album, or the little card, and then I just cut the corners off of them, distressed it. This has got 3 or 4 layerings on it. You've got a leaf that I cut out of paper. Then you've got this paper on here that's the music, and then the stamp, and then I did a little tiny band here of different colored paper, and then the fibers. So it's just all about layering. It really is very, very easy. Same thing here, just made the little pocket. These are little tiny tags that I do in my class. I'm kind of infamous for these little tiny tags. You can put dates on these. You can put little sentimental sayings, little anniversary dates, giggle, smile, laugh, cherish, all those. And you can put a lot of those on a tag. I adhered this one with just these little tags that you buy at like Office Depot, and then left them blank on the back so you can put a picture on them, just dressed them. And then they hang on this tag that's got the little garter on it. This is actually a little garter I bought somewhere. And then we just put a band here, put Inspire on the top of it, and then heavily distressed it. And we have little stitch lines drawn. I actually had my students draw lines on this with a ruler and a pen because I want them to get used to being able to, if they do a different size tag, you don't always have a line for that. So they did those by themselves. And this is an envelope that we were going to do, and we made the envelope flap, and we just decided not to do it. So what we did is we ran this paper, has this print on it anyway. We just embossed a few things. It's heavily embossed on the bottom. And then we took this bird stamp and just layered it over that, and that became one of our little envelope stamps. And it doesn't open, but it's real cute. And this is actually a Christmas stamp that I bought at Joann's for $1. It says Joy, and I like the script on it so much I used it in this. And we did the same thing. Very simple tag, rounded off the corners, rectangular piece of cut paper, rounded off the corners. I put a little tab on here and put a little ribbon on it so she could get it out easily ever. And that's a cute tag. I like how it turned out. And here's the same thing with the other one. There's that same saying. We just did some cutting on the bottom of it with some shaped shaped punches, and then just did that stamp of that woman that was on that card, which is here. That's the same stamp, and we just cut her out here, and we didn't cut her out here. So we just layered her over the script. And same thing here. I cut a heavy size chipboard pocket out of here, lined it with some cardstock so it would hold up real well. And then I just cut whatever paper this was. I cut the leaves out of it, which I really like this green. And then just put a little sticker on it that we tore. That's a postal sticker. And then we just did this, Recollections, and then we just put a button on it. This one we left pretty blank. We decided that in class that we wanted just a blank page because we need just a little bit of a rest. We just did a layering. This is one of those Bow Bunny cutouts that you have in all those little, it's a little booklet that you get that you can journal on. This, I think, is graphic 45 paper. We just distressed it, cut a little band here to go down the side. These are actual stamps that I had and have a postage cancelization stamp over it, so we did that. And then this is the same thing, same green paper, just set sideways. See, there's that same green. Makes it a lot different look, though. It's really nice to have a different look to it. And then just stamp this bird image on it. This comes in a set. Sorry, I have no idea. And then this one is our last one, and it's in a vellum pocket. And it has kind of a, it's had some leaves and shapes around it that are kind of a check color. You can't see them here. So I cut around all those, cut this in half, was on a big sheet, and so that's about a 6x6 image. And then I just made a vellum pocket out of it and just put a bunch more tags in it. So we did this one. This is a little postcard stamp that we did, and we just adhered it to that, and then we put a little stamp on it. And you could put a fiber on this if you wanted to, put a little tab on the top of it, whatever you want to do to it, it's fine. This is actually from a vintage postcard that I've had for years and years and years, and I love this. I've used it on so many of my projects and so many classes. And we just double matted it, distressed the edges around it before we matted it and put it in there. It makes just a real cute image. Same thing here, another postcard stamp. Put the little green flower around it that's actually on the other lady's hat and put a little brad into it. And just put a little piece of ribbon on it so they can pull on it and they can journal here, do whatever they want to do. Same thing here. This is one of the first tags we made in the class. It's polka dot paper. We cut the tag off, kind of a severe angle at the top. Punched a hole, put some ribbon into it, and then put a belly band around here. It was fun. A lot of ladies put red, and a lot of ladies put yellow, and then they got done with it and went, ooh, yeah, we much prefer the black. So it was fun to see how all of this comes together with just 3 or 4 colors. Another little tag. This is real similar to the ones that was in the front pocket. Just rounded off the top of the corners. Used my dollar stamp. Used a Christmas stamp here. It says believe. And then just did a little tearing here on the yellow paper, and then just had that little black striped paper on the bottom. And this is the last tag. It's a fairly good size tag. I thought if she wanted to put a picture on it or something. Usually I make these just for journaling and sentiments and things, but I always include a couple of big tags so they can put their pictures on them. And then the same thing, just put this on a green piece of paper, stamped it, did this little tag in this, and then you could do the back of these tags are not done on the back, ladies, because, oh, that one is. Must have been two-sided paper because it was late last night when I did this and I just didn't finish them up. I just wanted to get the video gone. And then this is the same thing. I just put this down, like I said, and then put some little flowers on it. Had a little flower here already stamped on it with this little embellishment on it. So very, very simple. It made a really cute book. It took me not very long to do this, a couple hours last night to get this done. But I have had a lot of requests on this, and I just had a girl write me the other day and ask me if I'd put a video out. So I said, sure. And then what that inspired me, and I didn't realize it would have been the same colors, is Die Cuts with a View came out with a pack of paper that was all kind of those colors except for the brown. So in my next video, you'll see, let me get this in focus. There we go. The next video, you'll see this TP Mini that I did. So stay tuned, and thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.